සැත්කම් සඳහා ස්ථාවර අවමගාස්තු දැන් නවලෝකෙන් අමතන්න 0.71
The island's daily COVID-19 caseload seems to be on the way down. After recording new daily cases in the range of 2,600 to 2,700 over the past days, the figure dropped even further yesterday to 2,361. Though it's a welcome change, it's anybody's guess whether the number would keep falling. 362 of the infections confirmed yesterday are from the Gampha district, which topped the list. What's more, no district was spared in terms of fresh cases yesterday. Meanwhile, Deputy Director General of Education and Research at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Hemantha Herath, today addressed claims that Sri Lanka's rate of COVID-19 infections is greater than that of neighbouring India, which has a population of 1.3 billion people.
Firstly, we had a very low level of infection or new cases reported a few months back, but the rapid increase of cases, probably beyond 3,000 a day, without any significant changes in the population, the indicators indicated that there has been a relatively high number of new cases reported compared to the total number of people living in Sri Lanka. In India also, the same thing was there. However, compared to the Sri Lanka, the Indian rate of reduction has now gone drastically low, so that the figures or the indicators are now much below or lower than Sri Lanka. But what I can say is our numbers have increased because of the unexpected high number of cases reported in the past few weeks. But these numbers are expected to go down in the coming week, and from there onward we will be able to see comparative figures if we can reduce the new cases emerging in the community or from the context in the coming days to a reasonable level.
In the meantime, Director General of Health Services Dr. Asala Gunawardana confirmed today that 67 COVID-related deaths had occurred on the 12th. He added that measures will be taken to ensure that daily deaths are included in the daily reports.
අපි අද දින සිට මරණ වාර්තා කරනු ලබන්නේ පසුගිය පැය 48 තුළ සිදුවෙන ඒ දිනේට දිනයක් ඇතුළත සිදුවෙන මරණ සියල්ලම අපි වාර්තා කරන්න දැන් ක්‍රමවේදයක් සකස් කරලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට අපිට පැය 24ත් පැය 48ක් තුළ සිදුවෙන සියලුම මරණ අපි වාර්තා කරන්න කටයුතු කරනවා.
On developments from the country's vaccine front, 32,732 persons were administered with the second dose of the Sinopharm vaccine yesterday. The first dose of the vaccine was also administered to 26,187 persons yesterday. Meanwhile, 1,724 doses of Sputnik's second dose was also administered yesterday. In other developments, a discussion was held at the Temple Trees today under the patronage of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa regarding the possibility of reopening schools following the vaccination of teachers. At the discussion, Secretary to the Ministry of Education, Professor Kapila Pereira, said that if teachers are vaccinated and schools are to be reopened, students of grade 11 and 13 should be given priority for immunization. In the meantime, State Minister of Production, Supply and Regulation of Pharmaceuticals, Professor Channajai Sumana, today had made an official request to the Advisory Committee on Communicable Diseases to provide the necessary instructions on the possibility of administering the Pfizer vaccine as a second dose for persons who received the first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine. He had made this request following a remark made by the chair of the World Health Organization's Strategic Advisory Group on Experts of Immunization, Professor Alejandro Cravioto, who had confirmed the possibility of mixing and matching the vaccines. Meanwhile, the police continue to crack down on violators of quarantine laws, with vehicles entering Colombo also checked for the legitimacy to be on the roads during the travel restrictions. During the last 24-hour cycle, 1,198 persons were arrested by the police for various quarantine law violations. As for today, 2,259 fresh COVID-19 cases have been confirmed so far in the island, with 1,917 patients also being given the all-clear to leave their treatment centres. Sri Lanka's total recoveries jumped to 190,464. That puts the number of active cases in the country at 35,010.
වීව එකතුණු උකුතේ එකක
රස උපරිමයි.